Right everyone, it is Finn here, and of course welcome back to some more African Cup of Nations content, where today, I'm not kidding, this might be one of the biggest videos we've done yet, because ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going to be telling you everything you need to know about Senegal for Afcon 2021, and the reason I say this video might be absolutely massive is because Senegal might have one of the strongest teams for this competition. Whoa. I mean, Senegal, your team is absolutely insane. It might be a cheat code. I mean, Senegal arguably have one of the best goalkeepers in the entire world, one of the best centre-backs in the world. They might have the best left wing in the world. Senegal have such an insanely strong team. They are currently the highest rated African team amongst FIFA rankings. Senegal, I mean, you might have a real shot at winning the competition this year, which would of course be huge for your nation, as you guys, I don't believe, have won Afcon before. You reached the final in the previous Afcon in 2019, and as I said, this one is going to be a big one because with such an incredible team, you guys are expected to do so incredibly well. Now of course, if you guys are new to the series and you haven't seen it before, what I normally do in the series is I talk about an African nation's best possible starting lineup for this competition. I've done it with Nigeria, Algeria, Ivory Coast, and a bunch of other nations. You guys seem to absolutely love those videos, and as I said, I think this is going to be another big one. Now of course, Afcon 2021 is already underway. The first set of games have been played, or there have been 2 games already at the time of recording, and by the time this video comes out, Senegal might have played their first game already versus Zimbabwe. So I don't know whether this video is going to translate well enough. Hopefully it does. I do think Senegal will win their game versus Zimbabwe. If they don't, I might look a bit stupid in this video, but you know what? It is worth a shot already. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, this is what I believe is Senegal's strongest starting 11 heading into Afcon 2021. Now, of course, looking at the team, I think Senegal should end up using, which by the way, yes, I'm wearing glasses in this video. I feel like it does make me seem a tiny bit smarter, but I now realize that I've got reflection on my glasses, so maybe that just contradicts itself anyway, so let me take those off. But looking at Senegal, in terms of their group, I do believe that they are strong favourites to win their group. They should not lose any points. I mean, they've got the likes of Malawi, Guinea, and Zimbabwe in their group. They are by far the strongest team in their group, and they shouldn't drop a single point. They should be worried if they lose a single point. So you know what, I just think what Senegal need to do to win their group is just to put forward their best possible starting team, and they've got quite a strong team, especially in terms of squad depth as well. Now I do believe in terms of their first game, they are going to be missing the likes of Mendy in the goalkeeper position and Koulibaly in their centre-back position. So of course, they will be missing the first game, but I will still include players like that in the squad because I still believe that if they are available, they should be put in the squad. They are 2 of the strongest players in the squad, if that ends up making sense. I don't know if it does, but I think you guys understand what I mean. I am going to end up putting those players in the squad because when they are match fit, they are difference makers. Now in terms of the formation I think Senegal should use for this competition, I'm going to end up going with a 4-4-2 kind of formation or a 4-2-2 formation, depending once again on how high you want your wingers to play. I've obviously got 4 defenders in front of the goalkeeper, 2 central midfielders / defensive midfielders, and depending on how they need to play during the game and their opponents. I've got 2 wingers on each side, and I've got 2 strikers to play off of each other in the front. Now of course, looking at the goalkeeper, I think Senegal should go with, it should come as no surprise that it is going to be a player I've already mentioned in the likes of Mendy. Ladies and gentlemen, Senegal have got such a brilliant goalkeeper with Mendy. UEFA's men's goalkeeper of the year last season. I feel like that should be reason enough to put him in the squad. He's gotten 8 clean sheets in 20 Premier League games this season. He's gotten 4 clean sheets in 5 Champions League games. Dare I say any more? This goalkeeper is absolutely brilliant, and he could be an absolute saver for Senegal in this competition. And it's so weird to think back to the 2019 Afcon competition that, let's be honest, not a single one of us knew who Mendy was unless you are actually Senegalese yourself. Now one of the best goalkeepers in the entire world, and there's absolutely no goalkeeper that will rival him. As I said, he might end up missing this first game, but I do believe they've got the likes of Gomez, who plays for Rennes. I think he's still a very solid goalkeeper option. But once again, if you've got your best possible players available, you just have to go for UEFA's best men's goalkeeper of the year. I mean, It's kind of in the title that he's the best men's goalkeeper in the world. Of course, looking at the 4 defenders in front of him, now of course this is going to be very crucial. A very good goalkeeper needs a very good defense still at the end of the day. Otherwise you end up having a David De Gea situation where he has to save your butt 24/7. But looking at the defenders I've gone for, I've got the likes of Buena Sarr in the right back position. I've got the likes of Koulibaly in the left back position. I've got the likes of Abdou Diallo as a centre back, and next to him I've got the likes of Koulibaly. Now what a strong defense that ends up being. Obviously 4 very top defenders playing at a very top level. Once again, captain of Senegal, Koulibaly, looks like he might miss the first game, so whether they put Koyata in that position in the meantime, I'm not really sure, but once again, if he is available, they have to play him. First of all, looking at Buena Sarr in the right back position, currently playing for Bayern Munich. Now I won't lie, I don't feel like this is the strongest position in the Senegalese team. I do feel like Sarr is a very solid defensive option, obviously plays for Bayern Munich, but having some really solid right backs like Joshua Kimmich and Pavard in that team, he doesn't get too much game time, has only played 4 games, only 59 minutes so far in the Bundesliga this season, which not even an hour of game time. That is why I'm somewhat cautious about it. But once again, I don't feel like there's too much competition there for Senegal. At the end of the day, he seems to be the most regular right back in that position. And obviously Senegal being the highest rated African team in the world at the moment, he has to be doing something right there. I feel like in terms of attacking and defensively, a very capable defender, 29 years old. He's been playing at a top level for a very, very long time. So I think for Senegal to keep their trust in him, I feel like it's the correct decision. As I said, he's a regular in the team's doing well, why change it? As I said, in the left back position, once again, I was between 1 or 2 players, but I have gone for the likes of Koulibaly. He is currently playing for AC Milan. Once again, a team that is kind of struggling, or a player who's kind of struggling to get a lot of game time because they've got a very solid left back there, and the likes of Theo Hernandez. But once again, a very, very capable left back at the end of the day. I mean, if you end up looking at his statistics, I mean, he's got 4.44 tackles per 90 minutes. He's a very, very good defensive fullback and is within the top 99 percentile of fullbacks in the entire world. One of the best defensive fullbacks when he does get game time. And in terms of attacking ability, 6.47 progressive passes per 90 minutes. That just shows you in terms of attacking and defensive ability, Senegal have got themselves a very, very capable option on both left and right side of the pitch. Now, in terms of the 2 centre-backs, as I did mention, the 2 centre-backs I've gone for is the likes of Abdou Diallo and Koulibaly. Obviously, Koulibaly being the captain of this team, as I said, will probably end up missing the first game, but you just have to look at Koulibaly, at how strong he is. I mean, Koulibaly's nickname is literally The Wall. Before Virgil van Dijk, before people knew the name VVD, Koulibaly and Sergio Ramos were the 2 best centre-backs in the entire world. I remember as a Manchester United fan, when Koulibaly was linked to Manchester United, I was so excited about that possibility. But you know what, at the end of the day, we ended up getting Harry Maguire instead.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Which I am super happy about. Let's just forget the fact that his head is the brick that would make up the wall that is Koulibaly. Harry Maguire, I can't believe we ended up with him instead of Koulibaly. It is devastating. But moving on, as I said, looking at Koulibaly, one of the best defenders in the entire world. I mean, what an aerial threat he is. Defensively, obviously brilliant. He's gotten 2 goals and 2 assists from the centre-back position for Napoli so far this season. As I said, that could be very crucial, especially with set pieces for Senegal in this competition. I mean, just looking at the likes of Koulibaly, obviously 30 years old now, it feels like he's been around absolutely forever, which, by the way, I love this website so much. I mean, it gives you all these fantastic stats about these players, and then it kind of just sneaks in there their Twitter and Instagram, just in case you want to follow them. I don't know, I think it's kind of cheeky, but you know what, if it works, it works. But if you compare the likes of Koulibaly at 30 years old to every other centre-back within the top 5 leagues of Europe, or within the top European leagues at the moment, comparing his stats to other centre-backs throughout the world, I mean, his stats are right up there with the best of the best, and you can see why he's rated so highly. I mean, obviously in terms of stats and goals, his stats would be quite high up there, but in terms of his distribution and passing ability for a centre-back, absolutely brilliant. Obviously 64.6 pass attempts per 90 minutes, absolutely brilliant. That kind of shows from a centre-back position how he controls the game. 88 88.1% passing accuracy, obviously very rarely makes mistakes from that position. Progressive passes, 3.6 per 90 minutes. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, for a defender, this is brilliant. I mean, he's even up there within the top percentiles of dribbles made. Now, I don't know if you've seen Koulibaly, but he is a big man. So once again, very, very impressive from him. And obviously defensively, very, very good as well. Not quite up there with interceptions. As I said, he's a big man. His reactions aren't always the fastest. But in terms of blocks, 2 blocks per 90 minutes, 2 tackles per 90 minutes within the top percentile of centre-backs throughout the world. He is absolutely a brilliant option. And as I said, I know I'm not the smartest guy, but to be nicknamed the Wall, you have to be doing something right. Now, of course, the big question is, who is the best centre-back partnership with him? Now, of course, if you guys are Senegalese and you feel like you've got a better understanding of the team than me, do let me know in the comment section down below what you guys would change. But looking at the centre-back partnership, obviously I've gone for the likes of Abdou Diallo playing for PSG. Once again, brilliant centre-back option. Can play as a defensive midfielder. He's very, very fast. And I feel like from an attacking point of view, he is the correct way forward. Yes, you could go for the likes of Koulibaly from Crystal Palace. Defensively, he would be more solid. But I do feel like the solid or the defensive ability of the Senegal team is so good that you can kind of take that risk and put attacking players in there. Looking at Diallo's only played 9 minutes in the French league so far this season, which is understandable considering PSG have the likes of Kimpembe, Marquinhos, and Sergio Ramos. You're not going to play every single minute on the pitch, believe it or not, but obviously has been a regular part of the Senegalese national team as of late. Made his debut for them in 2021, has already made 7 appearances for them. As I said, I feel like going forward, if they need an attacking fullback, having that combination between Koulibaly and Abdou Diallo, I feel like that is the perfect centre-back partnership. And I think defensively as a whole, Senegal can be very happy heading into this competition. I mean, as I said, the players that I've mentioned, it's just absolutely gold to look at. Now, of course, heading up a tiny bit higher up the pitch, as I said, I've kind of got a 4 midfield or 2 midfielders and 2 wingers. Now, the 2 midfielders I've gone for, it's a man I mentioned could play in the centre-back position, but I've put him in a defensive midfield position in the likes of Koulibaly, and next to him I've put the likes of Idrissa Gueye. That should be absolutely no surprise. Now, of course, looking at Koulibaly, obviously playing for Crystal Palace, used to be a centre-back, but it's kind of moved up the pitch a bit. I don't feel like he's an absolutely marvelous player. I don't feel like attacking wise he's an absolutely brilliant player, but defensively he is very, very physical. He is very, very good with his defensive stats, and as we know about African teams, when it comes to physicality, that is very, very important. So I do feel like having that defensive, once again, wall in your midfield, I feel like it is the correct step going forward. As I said, not brilliant attacking wise, but I do feel like he fits into this team quite well. Has obviously been part of the Senegalese national team for a very, very long time, and once again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Now, of course, the defensive midfielder I put next to him, once again, Idrissa Gueye, a midfielder who's been around forever now. Whether he was at Aston Villa, he was obviously a very brilliant midfielder, made a move to Everton where he made 99 league appearances, was obviously extremely highly rated, made a move about 2 years ago to PSG where, once again, an absolutely brilliant player. Obviously plays in that defensive midfield role, but attacking wise, really, really good. 3 goals in 15 League One appearances. For a defensive midfielder, that's not bad, considering it is a team that has so much quality. The fact that he is pretty much the most regular midfielder really speaks volumes about his ability. Has already played 84 national games for Senegal. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I feel like putting Koulibaly next to Gaita, I just feel like that's a perfect partnership that they could go with. Now, in terms of the 2 wingers I've gone for, yes, I've got the likes of Sadio Mane in the left winger position and Ismaila Sarr in the right mid position. Now, of course, I know there's that right midfielder from Monaco who could really go in that right-hand side. His name's just kind of escaped my mind right now. I should have written it down. Finn, you should be a bit more professional than that. I do know that his statistics can be very, very good, but I've just seen so much from Sadio Mane and Ismaila Sarr. I just feel like I have to put this winger partnership there. Obviously, Sadio Mane, I don't feel like I should have to explain too much why a player who was once 4th in the Ballon d'Or nomination should be there. Absolutely brilliant player. 8 goals and 1 assist in 20 Premier League games this season, 3 goals in 5 World Cup qualification games for Senegal. And I mean, his shots to goal ratio is brilliant. I think he might genuinely be the best left wing in the world. No, that isn't a player and an attacking player who takes a lot of shots, which is really weird. But when he does take shots, he is extremely clinical, and probably easy to say that he will be the star man for Senegal in this competition. Was absolutely crucial in getting them to the final in 2019. As I said, absolutely brilliant winger, and I don't feel like you have to justify why one of the best wingers in the world should be in this team. Definitely gonna be a star man. Obviously on the right wing side, as I mentioned, the likes of Ismaili Sarr, who at 23 years old has seriously made a name for himself for the Senegalese national team. And Watford, obviously, as I said, he is fantastic. He is young. I feel like he's been around forever already. 5 goals in 12 Premier League games so far this season. Has struggled with injury here and there, but when he does play, he is the difference maker. Watford from time to time have been quite dependent on him. And Emmanuel Dennis, obviously, in terms of World Cup qualifications, 3 goals in 6 games. As I said, 23 years old, and you can see this young man is going to be a star. I mean, just looking at him and Mane, the pace they've got together, the ability they've got together, it is frightening to look at. And centre backs, you ain't going to be able to keep up. I feel like Senegal are very happy with their winger options. As I said, if you guys disagree with any of my selections in this team, do let me know down below, but I'm quite happy with them. And obviously that takes us to the 2 strikers I think Senegal should have in this team. Now the 2 strikers I've gone for is a man by the name of Habib Diallo, playing for Strasbourg in League 1. Once again, another player playing in the French league. And I've also got the likes of Famara Didio. I'm sorry. Once again, can't pronounce some of these names. I do apologize. But what 2 quality strikers, and I feel like that just caps off the attack of Senegal so well. As I said, what a brilliant team. Looking at Habib Diallo, the second Diallo I have in this team in the French league this season, obviously 8th place. They're doing relatively well, just behind Monaco, and they are literally just 2-3 points away from a European spot. They are having a brilliant season, and I feel like Diallo deserves a lot of credit. 8 goals and 1 assist in 18 League 1 games this season, and last season got 9 goals and 3 assists within 32 games. That just shows the improvement. A player like him has had only 26 years old. I feel like is going to be a brilliant striker option. Obviously plays in a 2-striker system at Strasbourg, so it shows that he works really well in that system. So to put him next to the likes of Famara, I feel like is a brilliant option. Obviously looking at Famara Didio, however you pronounce it, 7 goals and 17 assists in the Turkish league this season. 4 goals in 4 World Cup qualification games. For Senegal, scored a hat-trick versus Namibia recently. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I cannot fault the Senegalese national team. Although a lot of players aren't doing majorly well or getting a lot of game time for their clubs, when it comes to the national team, I genuinely think Senegal could win this competition. As I said, I'm recording this before their first game of the competition, and the video might be uploaded after their first game. So, I mean, some of my comments might seriously come and bite me in the butt. Let's hope not. But guys, thank you so much for watching. This is what I believe is Senegal's strongest starting 11 heading into this competition. Once again, if you disagreed with me on any of these things, do let me know down below. Of course, if you did enjoy it, please do subscribe down below. We are on the road to 3,000 subscribers. It is absolutely mental, and I think we can do it within the next week or 2. Cross fingers, let's hope so. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like down below. Can we please get this video to 20 likes? Senegal, what a team you have. Genuinely, it's a cheat code. It kind of brings me back to the old Grand Theft Auto days where you sat there with your book with all the different codes you put in, all your different hacks you put in. And Senegal, I don't know how you hacked the system, but what a team you have. Guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been your boy, Finn, FYNN. You guys might genuinely win it. Cheers.